Tonight, two teams look to break their losing spells as the St. Clair Saints host the Sheridan Bruins for OCAA Women's Volleyball action. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to We Digital's coverage here from Windsor, Ontario. I'm Justin Prince. So glad to have you with us for tonight's action, the second game of tonight's doubleheader. For those who missed the men's action, that went to 5 sets. These respective teams, though, looking to try and see how the women's matchups will fare out. St. Clair coming into tonight, 5-2 on the season, looking to keep up their momentum, but they have lost their past 2 straight matches. Then you have the Sheridan Bruins, their only victory against Boreal so far, looking to try and get on the positive notes. Let's look at how they'll start tonight. As Catherine Kunkel starts alongside Emily Williams, then it's Sarah Awotini, then it's Madison Forrest alongside Caroline Klitsch, and Ashlyn Payas along with Brittany Dunlop. Palantini is the libero tonight for Sheridan. Then you have that countering offer from what St. Clair's going to have to offer as one of the top kills per set teams in the province. In fact, top 5 in that statistic. Riley Davis starts alongside Ashley Malenko, as well as Chantel the flute. Then you have Alexis Stewart, Lily Hearn, and Jordan Benito. Rounds out the lineup. In the libero spot is Michaela Stocks. That's a look at your starting lineups for tonight's action. Less than a minute away from the opening serve for tonight's tilt here on We Digital. When it comes to St. Clair Saints, as talked about, they look to try and come away with a victory after starting off with 5 straight wins. Sheridan looking for a positive. They have not won a set since that game against Boreal on November the 5th. They've lost in straight sets, 3 in a row, 9 consecutive lost sets. Introductions being completed here at the Sportsplex. We're glad to have you with us here from the Rose City tonight. Sheridan will be wearing their white jerseys with the blue trim this evening, while St. Clair will be wearing their green jerseys with the yellow trim. Both teams set to take the floor to begin tonight's women's volleyball action here from Windsor. Final discussions being completed by the officials. Plenty of stars, keep in mind, for St. Clair's roster this campaign, with several players with 40 or more kills. About set to go. Wait for the signal on who will start things off with serve. Looks like they've pointed towards St. Clair's direction. So St. Clair starts things off. Alexis Stewart also expected to play some libero tonight. We've seen the 2 libero system utilized in the past by Jimmy L. Turk and his squad. So back to serve. This is Jordan Benito. Lead things off. No service ace this season, but in 9 total sets played coming into tonight. 9 kills. First-year player from Harrow, Ontario. And we're underway from Windsor with set 1. Starting things off with a free ball across by Sheridan. It over for the swing to flute. Scramble once again by the Bruins. Second straight free ball, this time by Forrest. Soft touch towards the back row, played by the liberos towards the back end Kunkel. And a whistle as the attendant is hit. St. Clair point. St. Clair starts off the night scoring. Benito sets up the serve. Benito with a solid serve. Right into the block. Played around by Forrest. Dig point across and the swing in for the corner. Down for the kill. The flute. St. Clair with a lot of veteran presence on this roster. All but one of their starters in their second year of eligibility or higher. Benito again. 1 first year. And overplayed on the receive. An ace called for Beneteau. Her first of the season. 3 serving 0 to start off the match. Beneteau plays it off of Forrest. Forrest with the C ball. Back row. Up again to Blue. Off the touch. 4 straight points, St. Clair. And the rally continues for Beneteau. Played lower this time, off the libero. Heads up play for the C ball, hit across, whistle, didn't get across the antenna. And another St. Clair point. 5 consecutive, and the head coach for the Sheridan Bruins program, Amar Balkoran, the third-year head coach, calls the timeout. Sheridan's first, the set. So St. Clair starting off in dominating fashion as we take a look at the Sheridan huddle. As mentioned, on a losing streak, 3 consecutive matches, 9 consecutive sets lost. Right now their totals for all you see are in the bottom tier for the province. 5.89 kills per set, that's 18th in the province. The assists right now, 17th best, 5.47. Then you have the blocks thrown in there. That's one of their positives, up in 11th. The digs, though, fairly high. That is the top total in the province, in fact, this year. About more than half the points leading to digs so far, it seems, this season so far for Sheridan. The downside for the Bruins, only 19th in points scored. And the first service error of the match, that goes to the credit of St. Clair. They're 91st, 8th in the province coming in. So, Sean Pecos goes back to serve for the first time tonight. The top servers with 4 aces. Played for the soft touch right into the blockers up at the front. Played back. The Bruins not able to retrieve it on the back step. 6 serving 1 here in the early going here on We Did It All. Look at the heads up at the net. Was played across by Hearn. Hearn on the serve. Low trajectory, more trouble, and that's an ace. Conco not able to hold on to the receive. And 7-1, St. Clair now in the set. Hearn sets up once more. Hearn's first credited match of the season. Laid up to the net, and another mistake by the Bruins on the receive. And Sheridan already signaling for a substitution from the mistake up at the front. As a result of the mistake, Conkle is coming out. Coming in is Shaylin Craig. Eight serving 1. Played tight to the net, St. Clair able to retrieve. See ball not able to get across. Beneteau swing going straight to the net for the second Sheridan point this set. That brings Williams to the service line. Williams 2 aces on the campaign. Also second on the team in kills with 20. This one played off to Libero. With the soft touch, trying to go for the pancake, couldn't make it cook. DeVloot with a kill. So St. Clair to serve once again. This time it's Riley Davis, 4th-year veteran from Georgetown. And a service error for Davis. She had 1 ace coming into that serve. This time back to serve Forrest. One of the magnitude of first-year players on the bench, as well seen or included with the bench for Sheridan. And on the swing, Some hesitation on the call, but St. Clair called for the point. See if this discussed or not. Seeing there was some hesitation on if that was on the line. 10, serving 3. Back is to Flute. It's time to Flute, has it played low off of Forrest. Trying to aim for the back line. In for the kill. Just able to paint the back line that time as that brings up Clinch back to the line. Clinch, 1 ace on the campaign as well as 8 kills. Point for the middle. On the swing, and out it goes off the touch. That was Geneva Wiseman on the swing up the middle. Wiseman, a first-year player for Amherstburg, 6'3". 6 aces on the campaign. That time played well on the serve. Swing back to strong and out once again. 12 serving 4. First set going by quickly here on We Digital. Glad to have you with us. St. Clair with the advantage here in women's volleyball. And an ace on the swing, the 7th of the season for Wiseman. Wiseman also amongst those in that 40-plus kill club this campaign. Seen the 4th most attacks for the team as part of the first coming to the program. And a service error. Too strong on the serve, 5 serving 13. Now bring Brittany Dunlop to serve. 3rd-year player from Barrie. Along with 3 aces on the campaign. So, just 4 service kills total, more so known for Diggs. Sending up for the swing down the side, played by the Blue in the back on the dig. Strong swing back off the libero, off of Palatini. Bounce back around. Setting up for the bump. Down the line, off the touch, Williams the swing. And Sheridan picks up a point. Six serving 13. Played well by the Saints. On the C ball. Dug from the back row. Hit across by Williams. Played on the bump set for the attack, Malenko. Back by Williams, down the line, out. (14 serving 6). Malenko back to the service line. Played off the libero once again for Sheridan. Swing by Williams. Was the retouch? No. St. Clair point. Their substitution, Hazel Graham being brought in. Malenko gets ready to serve again. Malenko, team high 12 aces coming into tonight. Played close to the net. Bruins again with some trouble after initial contact with a Saint up at the net. Sending back up again, Malenko. And a service error yet again. Been a majority of the points coming that way so far for the Bruins. Looking to serve this time. This is Shaylin Craig. First-year player from Whitby. Played well off the serve again. Straight to the blocker. St. Clair not ready for it. Sheridan gets the point off the tool. See the scramble by the libero, trying to get the dig on the quick response. 8-point lead still in the set for St. Clair. And too long. Another service error. St. Clair back to serve. Back to the line, Benito. Trying to paint it, misses it. Sheridan point. It goes back to the serve again. The first-year player from Turkey. Flat pop serve. Right on the scramble by Davis. The ball hit it back across. The Vloot. But the net blocked down. St. Clair point again. De Vloot there for the response. Look at the replay. Watch De Vloot right there. Knocks it back down right to Graham. It's time to serve Hearn. Played too strong. Another St. Clair point. Wiseman right there for the response. 19 serving 9 in set 1. And some trouble in the back row. Another ace. (20-9). Now in the set. Hearn sets back up. 3-3 setup. Off the back for the libero. And another whiff. Graham, tack error. And the substitution being signaled for by St. Clair. This is Taya Beniri being brought in, the first-year player from Sault Ste. Marie. He's been brought to the front line. Hearn stays at the service line. Played well with the receive this time. See ball Forrest. St. Clair right there for the block. And the lead continues to balloon here in a very quick opening set. Hearn again. And another scramble. St. Clair forced to scramble themselves. Hit across for the point. De Vloot. Some velocity for De Vloot off the back row. 23 serving 9. Libero once again. Moved over for Forrest. Sheridan sets it back up. Forrest forced to free ball it. St. Clair scrambles a bit with a free ball. Strong power off the back row again. Craig. Again, St. Clair point. Benito credited with the point. Possible set point here. Played off of Craig. Swing back across by Clinch. Some scrambles over to the pot. St. Clair crept with the point. 25-9. Set 1 advantage. 1-0 so far for the Saints. You're watching We Digital for OCAA Women's Volleyball.
Just gonna hang out.
If any of your buddies ever pressure you to take a drink, just tell them you promised your dad you wouldn't.
I promise. Love you too, Dad.
They really do hear you. For tips on what to say, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov. every big breath, for every little breath, and for every breath in between. Ontario Power Generation is committed to keeping Ontario's air clean. That's why the power we generate is 99% free of smog and carbon emissions. Because clean air matters to us all.
What can milk do? Well, it can turn you into a morning person. It can help fuel some pretty tough stuff. And it can definitely make cartoons funnier.
No, it can't.
Oh, well, it can have a little edge. But come on, even kitties love it. It'll keep up with you at any age. It makes engines whir and creme brulee creamy. It's one of the easiest labels you'll ever read. And anything that makes this happen is pretty special. In fact, what can't milk do?
A look at how some of the previous plays worked out in the previous set. This closed out set one. St. Clair leads 1-0 over Sheridan here on We Digital. Just Prince with you as we get ready for this second set of play. Sheridan Bruins struggled much of that previous set. St. Clair trying to set things up to run away early. Leading the charge for St. Clair, the veteran Chantal DeVloot with 5 kills on the night so far, as well as 3 digs for the Saints. As for Sheridan, 2 kills. 2 in the first set. Sheridan should have serve here to start off this second set. St. Clair started off with the opening serve in set 1. Saints look to try and get 6-2 if they come away with a victory tonight. Players set up on the floor. St. Clair's bench seems bumped up. Sheridan's bench, a very different tone set. See those smiles on the faces of some of the players, such as Kristen Nickel. All set to go for set 2. Sheridan back to serve. Dunlop start off with serve. 2-3-1 the formation for St. Clair. And we're underway with set 2. Played up by Davis, quickly swung down off the top of the net. Soft touch across, the dive for the dig. Trying to set up once again, a charge to DeVloot. Chantal DeVloot continues to be the focal point of the offensive attack tonight. Kill number 6 this evening. That will bring Hearn to serve. Hearn 3 aces in the first set. Oh, and a slide for the receive by the libero. Straight to the blocks. St. Clair point. Nothing there that can be done straight into the size of St. Clair's blocker. 6'3", 6'0" off the line. Hearn. Nearly shanked. Free to cross by Dunlop. Going for the hard swing for the kill. To Wiseman. A simple set by Davis. A strong swing off of Dunlop. Not able to get the dig from the back end. 3 zips so far in set 2. Soft touch to the pot. The pancake knocks it loose. Sheridan point. Back to serve. This time, this is Natalie Schaefer. All the way from Yellowknife, Northwest Territories. Second year of eligibility, and that was her time at the service line. Probably Davis back to serve now. It's time played off the libero again. Over top to the back row, Sheridan point. Sheridan starting to clean things up a little bit. This is the previous point with the pancake you've seen, attempted by Hearn. Serves one away by Conkle this time. St. Clair struggles with the receive. Bruins have a chance to tie the set here. Conkle to serve again. Conkle 5 aces this season. Gets a 6 there. Sheridan has tied the set for the first time since double zeros on the board. Either set so far. Davis. Played by DeVlute. Scramble from the back end. Up close. Blocked down, St. Clair point. So DeVlute serves this time. Solid night for DeVlute. Offensively. And a mistake on the receive. That's an ace. Galatini struggling on the receive. 6 serving 4. Here on We Did It All. In set 2, St. Clair leading 1-0. It's time to receive going off Schaefer. Scramble ahead for Forrest. Play tied to the net. It's one down, in for St. Clair point. Beneteau just got it across. Look at how tight this got. Beneteau does get it across. You see it bounce around. Hit Pecas a couple times. 7-4 now in the set. Setting up again for Forrest, and this time it's down for the kill. So Pecas to serve. Flat palm serve chosen this time. DeVlute plays it. Davis the set. Right to the block. Right to Sheridan goes the point. And a fairly silent crowd from St. Clair so far in this set compared to the first. Pecas plays it well. Davis, bump back through the block. It goes for the point. Malenko this time. Malenko able to rattle it around off the top of the initial block. Forrest. Again, Wiseman, the server. Flat palm serve. And shanked out to the crowd. An ace for Wiseman. 9 serving 6 here in set 2. Wiseman service error. It's back to the other side for Forrest. Forrest, palm serve again. Point by Stonks. Back across off the initial tip. Free to cross to St. Clair. Davis sets up the swing for the kill. Hearn. Davis again setting it right up on a silver platter for the next person up in the rotation. That sets it up for Malenko at the service line. Go sees it popped ahead. Trying to free it across, bounced around. St. Clair might have to free it themselves. They do. Sheridan's forced to scramble right to the blocks, forced to reset. Right off to Libero. Davis off the top and the block right there. Her not able to get it over the net. 8 serving 10. This will bring Klitsch to serve, the third-year player from Toronto. Klitsch off of Stocks. Davis. It's one back to the back row for the dig. Moved ahead. Schaefer trying the pancake, not able to make it cook. And again, the Bruins pick up the point. Another pancake attempt. Another not working out. That was Malenko on the attempt. Chance to tie the set again. Sheridan. Davis. The set. Up the middle to Flute. They say no touch. 10-10. See if that was the case. Yes, it looks like it clipped the net. Sheridan with a chance to take their first lead of the match in either set here. This one back across the setup. Because Sankor with the dig. The middle for the pipe. A scramble by the Bruins. Can they free it across? They do. Davis tosses it across. A scramble by Sheridan. They can't get it back. Riley Davis gets credit for the point. See, off of 2 different Bruins out of the reach of Schaefer. And the serve goes into the net from Beneteau. 11-all. So Dunlop will serve for the second time this set. Off of Stonks. Davis with the flute for the kill. Simple play formation. Simple swing down. On the target this time was Dunlop. Back to serve again is Hearn. Oh, and nearly shanked by Paolini. It back across. Davis, the set, the swing. Nearly getting the kill. Paolini able to get the free across. DeVlute again for the kill. Flute starting to heat up with the kill total. Approaching the double-digit mark. Timeout is called. Sheridan. So St. Clair leads the set now by 2. 13-11. Let's take a look at the first set stat lines. Sheridan picking up 4 attack errors with 2 total kills compared to St. Clair's 9 in the opening set. 6 assists to the 2 by Sheridan. Aces were also something that come by for St. Clair, 5 of them, but 5 service errors to Sheridan's 1. 5 service errors, gave plenty of points. Sheridan, in fact, more than half of them. The blocks also went St. Clair's way. We've seen that go the way of St. Clair much of the set. Digs have been close, though. Credit to Sheridan so far, 10-9 the separation. St. Clair over the Bruins. Coming out of the timeouts. And plenty of cell phones out once again here at the sporting event. Hearn sets up for the serve. Clipping the net. Played tightly. Freed across by Pecos. Davis the bump set. For DeVlute again. This time into the block. Scramble and not able to whack it across. 12 serving 13. Schaefer to serve. Schaefer, very low serve. Davis tries to play it off the net and can't. 13 all. See Davis trying to get it off the net to be able to lift it up for the middle towards the pot. Flat bomb serve. Flat into the net. 14 serving 13. Riley Davis the server this time. Plays it off of Schaefer again. Soft touch to the pot. Conco and St. Clair can't get there. Starting to go back and forth in set two. See the trouble right at the edge of the logo. Up for the serve and shanked. Up to the broadcast booth. Troubles for Beneteau there. And Sheridan, for the first time tonight, leads. Conco, the server. Beneteau again troubles. Down for the kill in response. And St. Clair might need some adjustments soon. Played by Stocks, overplayed, another mistake, another Sheridan point. Timeout call, Jimmy O'Turk. And the Sheridan Bruins lead the set by 3. Sheridan spent much of the previous set trailing big. Here's a look at the stat line for St. Clair. As talked about, they've lost their past 2 matches. That's despite having a team that's top 5 in kills per set with more than 10 per match. The assists, 5th in the province, 8.43. The block totals, that's amongst the top 10, 1.54. The digs, also doing okay, but not great. 15th in the province, about 10 per match. That's been one of the lower totals, in fact, statistically wise, for a team on the attack front that is in the most part inside the top 5. Just so happened to be averaging 5th in total points per set with 14. They have 14 right now in set 2. Sheridan, however, has 17 of them. Coming out of the timeout sequence, the fans looking to see if there's a rally back from the hometown Saints. 1 timeout remaining per side. Conco. Made by Beneteau on the serve, roll it around a couple times. Free ball across by Beneteau. A dive on the pancake by Dunlaw. One to the blockers again, Sheridan point. And St. Clair calling for a substitution. Haven Fournier, first year player for Sudbury. It's being signaled to come into the match for Beneteau. Up for the serve again. Davis, the setup, pulls back down. Bit of a scramble, free situation. DeVlute hits the free. Bump forward into the blocks. St. Clair sets it back up Davis. It's time on the other side, across it goes for the kill. Luke there able to set up on the outside. Over top 2 blocks, may have gotten a piece of anything. 15 serving 18. And a shank on the serve receive. An ace picked up by DeVlute. Schaefer not able to handle the serve that time. Played off of Schaefer again. Bump set, right to the blocker, St. Clair point. Serving 18 now as a result of this. If anything, it goes straight to the net. DeVlute. Played very low by Palatini. Moved across again. Hit over the blockers, off the libero. Good recovery by DeVlute. Bump for the attack to the back row. Called out. St. Clair ties it at 18. Too strong by Klitsch. Just missing the back line. And DeVlute to serve. Played by Palatini again. Down low, down for the point, Sheridan. So Peka's back to serve again. And the Drummers are starting to fall over. Peka's plays it off for DeVlute. To Davis. Up the blockers, bounced around. Fournier with the kill. See that bounce off the blockers all the way to the back. 2 attempts to try and get the dig, don't work out. And a substitution, Gabby Arbor, the first-year player from Payne Court, comes up to serve. Laid off for the libero. See ball to the back row. Up for the softer touch, Hearn, and another scramble by Sheridan. Off the touch, St. Clair leads 20-19 in set 2. This keeps Arbor at the service line. Quick check with the officials coming from Sheridan. Nothing comes from it. Arbor 4 aces on the season, gets a 5th there. And St. Clair has their cushion. Arbor, service error. Another substitution called. Wiseman come back in the next rotation for Arbor. Serving that time, Forrest into the net. 22 serving 20. Jump serve far. Alzini for the C ball over the top of Malenko, who can't get it back. Sheridan point. Malenko, late reaction. Not able to get the dig. And a substitution, Abby Ellis comes in to serve. Abby Ellis for her first ace this year. Doesn't get it there. Davis played weakly to DeVlute, bumps it across. Dump over top towards the pot. On the swing, right into the blockers. That time from Fournier. Over top for the dig. Fournier again, this time gets it through the blockers. Sheridan trying to get it across, can't. Bumped up this time by Hearn. Or again, this time Fournier. Sheridan struggling to get the free, can't do it. 23-21, St. Clair in the set. And the massive scramble of the net. They had to get the free ball across on that next swing. As a result of that, Sheridan calls time. Their final timeout of this set. Let's take a look at the standings coming into tonight. As a result of the 2-game losing spell, St. Clair is in a battle for second with the Mohawk Mountaineers in the standings. 5-2, their respective records. Compare that to what Sheridan's done. They're looking to get out of the basement if they can claw their way back here tonight. 1-5 on the season, as talked about. That's 8th best. That's better than Fanshawe, however, and Boreal. The 1-6 and 0-7 combined. Sheridan looking to try and find a way to get up to Cambrian. Jimmy Turk animated in the huddle. St. Clair looking to try and go up 2 sets to zip over the Sheridan Bruins. No timeouts remaining for Sheridan. 1 remaining for St. Clair. St. Clair with the serve with Fournier. Fournier off the spin. Set, soft touch, right to the flute. Up to Davis, back to the flute for the swing. Is it too strong? Yes, it's out. No touch. The flute bounces it out. Sheridan retakes serve. Dunlop. Played off of Stocks. Free ball forced across by the flute. Bump ahead, down the back. Stocks with the dig. Played up the middle for the kill. It's down. Fournier. Possible set point coming. .24 serving 22. Hearn again to serve. Lays it off of Palatini. The swing off the top of the net and the blockers. Bounce down. Who touched it? Sheridan point. DeVlute thought that originally that was off a Bruin. Good heads up from Schaefer, who lets that drop. Schaefer's reward, she gets some down for Wright. Sam Wright. Still possible set point. Play to the back. Davis. The swing on the block, and Sheridan ties it at 24. Bruins are not backing down yet. St. Clair keeps the timeout. Right. Service error, and St. Clair back to possible set point. Our substitution signal coming back in is Schaefer. Davis, the server. Received well. Played off of Davis. And Sheridan ties it at 25. Jimmy Turk wants the timeout because of this. Off the right arm of Davis. 25 all here in set 2. Make our way to the huddles. Let's take a look at the women's volleyball rankings coming into tonight. St. Clair, with their losing spell, dropped back to 6th in those rankings. The Humber Hawks, undefeated, along with Durham, 1-2 in the standings. 9-0 already, the Durham Lords in the East. Canadors look solid throughout the season, 5-1 in their campaign. Mohawks also look solid, as we've seen their 5-2 record. Give credit to Niagara, up to 7th. 4-2 with their recent charge. Not ranked previously. Both teams are out of timeouts here in set 2. Back to serve is Kunkel. And Kunkel, a service error. Right into the net and the antenna. And DeVlute has picked up an ace or two so far this set. Has a chance to win it. DeVlue played off of Schaefer. Moved ahead into the net. St. Clair wins the set. 27-25. St. Clair Saints claw their way to a second set victory. More coverage coming up right after this. You're watching We Did It All.
No, I never smoked any. Sure, I smoked a bit, but it was more your mom who was into it. Pot grows naturally, but it won't help you grow as a person.
Talking cannabis with your teen can be learned. Download our free brochure.
You know what? Poison ivy grows naturally, but it's not good for you, is it?
Find the answers you need at drugfreekidscanada.org.
Did you know that the most severe injuries in our region are motor vehicle crashes? 65% of road fatalities last year were directly the result of distracted driving. 90% of injuries arriving in our emergency rooms are preventable. Our message to you this summer is, put down the phone. Just drive. Let's work together to keep our trauma stretchers empty.
Look at some of the fans. In fact, just about half of the crowd has elected to sit in the top row tonight. St. Clair leads 2-0 here on We the Drill. Justin Prince with you. Sheridan making things very interesting. Nearly coming away with their first set victory in almost a month. Instead, St. Clair with the upper hand, looking to close out the match here in this third set. Leading the way for the Saints, Chantel DeVlue, 9 kills tonight, as well as 2 aces and 3 digs. Put a block in there as well from DeVlue. Offense has picked up from a flurry of different players for the Sheridan Bruins, though. Amongst those credited with kills, 3 for Force, 3 also credited to Kilch. You also put 3 towards the name of Kunkel. Jamil Tark finishing up his discussions. Get back going here for this third set. Again, happy to have you with us here on We Did It All here tonight. Some late night volleyball after a 5-set thrilling finish. The men's action tonight, going up to 20 points in the 5th set. This team looking to try and get the clean sweep. St. Clair has the first serve of the set. All set to go. Beneteau leads things off. Nearly shanked on the receive. Hit across. Beneteau on the dig. Davis to the flute on the tool. St. Clair point. So Beneteau sets up for the second serve. 1-0 St. Clair already in set 3. So over commit on the receive. Down it goes for the kill. Out of the range of Paolini that time, the closest player. Beneteau this time curves it a bit. Back end, Beneteau on the receive. Davis to Beneteau. Too strong, and with the attack error, Sheridan point. Which now goes back to serve this time as a result. Klitsch from far back. To Davis, over to the Fluke, down for the kill. (3-1) St. Clair. We've seen this play plenty of times tonight. This time a little bit further to the middle back. Off of Forrest. Hearn this time the server. Off the Libero. Road over to Forrest. Forrest to the back corner. Able to paint it down. Look at how tight that was, just in the corner by about a foot. Back this time, Pecuz. Point around Davis. Over top to Flute again. Sheridan not able to receive well on that attack for the dig. Just rolls over top the blockers. Raleigh Davis this time, the server. Played around. Over for Forrest again. And not able to be dug up well. Off the block. DeVlute the last to touch it. Back and forth in this third set right now. There it is off the blockers. DeVlute only able to touch it with the left hand. Forrest the server. Played up by Davis, over and across and down for the kill. Weisman. Now bring to Flute to serve again. Like to go near side. It's back played off to Libero. Bumped over to Schaefer. Trying to hit the back end. Over top the back row and the back line. St. Clair now leads the set by 3. Third set, 6-3 St. Clair. Watching We Digital Productions for coverage of OCAA Women's Volleyball. Flute. Moved softly over by Conkle. Davis with the setup. Doesn't get it over though. Sheridan again the point. Trying to set it up for the back play this time, just right to the net. This time serving is Conkle. Conkle with the flat palm serve. Bit of trouble this time. Weisman hit it across, tossed across. St. Clair can't respond. Dunlop with the toss. Sheridan back within 1. Two different Saints unable to pancake it. Played by Stocks, the libero again. Head on the cross. Did it paint the corner? It didn't. Too far, and it's tied at 6. Conkle to serve again. Flat palm serve, played low. Davis. Over for a stumbling Beneteau. Played up now for Schaefer, right to the blocks. Trouble's on the dig. Conkle last to touch it. Seven serving 6 as a result of this play. See at least 2 Bruins unable to get to it. Weisman to serve this time. Flat palm server. Played low, shanked away. That's an ace. Wiseman again sets it up. Takes a little step forward this time. Played further back by Forrest. Touch over to the pond. St. Clair able to quickly play. Bounced up to the sky on the dig. Soft touch back across. Dug again by the Saints. Again, this time a bit of a scramble again from Malenko's play. Malenko both times on those attacks. This time deflected off the blocker. Looks like a scoring clarification being called at the scorer's table. Before we can get back rolling. 9-6. Part of it, too, is Sheridan being told to switch the positions of two players for the upcoming serve. So two players were out of rotation. Up at the front line, Dunlop had to swap with Klitsch. Wiseman this time serves. And nearly shanked again, is shanked again. Second ace this serve attempt. 10-6 now. Wiseman tries to play it, and the rotation catches Sheridan with another problem. They had just fixed the rotation. The same players just went out of rotation again. So a rotation issue costs Sheridan a point here. 11-6 St. Clair now. Coach Bonkaran trying to make sure of his rotation. And as a result, a substitution. Kira Gimas, the first-year player from LaSalle, comes in to serve. And right to the net. Sheridan gets the point. Going back to serve this time is Dunlop. Seven serving 11. Dunlop played off to the back row. And again a kill. Malenko. And St. Clair starting to bring a plethora of changes. Emma Clements coming in. Taya Veneri coming in. Clements, the server. First-year player from Windsor. Went to Holy Names. And played fast for the ace. A blistering serve from Emma Clements. Came into tonight with 10 aces on the season. In just 20 total sets played. Another ace, back to back. St. Clair balloons the advantage to 7 in the set. Clements, too strong on the power this time. Point goes to Sheridan. Bruins bring Schaefer to serve. And a service error. St. Clair 10 points out. This time the server is Beneteau. Beneteau for the outside mark, tied up the antenna, 4 touches. Substitution being called. Ellis coming in for Schaefer. Ellis being put to the back row. First-year player from Campbell for Ontario. And trying to go towards her, called for the ace. Immediately tested, immediately punished. And Arbor being brought back into the match. DeVlute out. Beneteau, the server. So plays it off to Libero. Over top the St. Clair blockers. Moved over for Arbor. Played off the backside of the dig. Up on the bump set. Arbor again, flat this time for the kill. Arbor doing well tonight. Gets it down for the kill again. Dean serving 8. And shanked again all the way to some of the basketball rims. 19-8. Sheridan calls their first time out of the set. Coach Balkaran not happy. Let's take a look at the stat line from the previous set. And keep in mind, Sheridan had a much better second set. However, Jack Air still a major factor, 7-4 at the end of the second set. The kills, though, St. Clair with a massive advantage early. Still hold on to that advantage after the 2 sets. Aces, 9-4 the differential after 2 sets. Errors, more errors, serving-wise, still a storyline. Digs are close, blocks are close, assists. St. Clair has had the advantage with the help of Briley Davis. And with the way things are turning out, the errors have been piling up in set 3 for Sheridan. Dance time, meanwhile, with the St. Clair bench. Ashley Malenko leads the dancing along the entire sideline. St. Clair about 7 points away. Still 7 away. So back to serve this time for Sheridan will be Klitsch. Klitsch, flat palm with the right hand. Received well, up the middle. Right to the blockers. Shanked out, St. Clair point. Venieri credited with the point. And there's substitution, Weisman coming back in for GMAS. Hearn, the server. Play low. And bounced off of Hearn for the point. Sheridan still trailing big, but still making plays well on some of the attacks. Pecos, the server. Played by Beneteau. Moved up for Arbor. Off the back end, Ellis. Free ball across by Forrest. Set right to the blockers. St. Clair resets. Up to Arbor, right to the blockers again. Bump set, try the other side over the blockers. Bruins toss it across, played by the libero. Across again. Barrow versus libero there. Free ball again. Cross for the attack. Weisman down for the kill. Men gets St. Clair within 5. (21 serving 10). Venieri this time misses. Service error. 11 serving 21. Force the server this time from way far back. Force the slow walk. Force sails it out. Back to serve is Arbor. Arbor up the middle, off the libero, nearly shanked again. The free of the cross, does it? It does get across. Up for the attack, the swing. Beneteau down for the kill. Beneteau just gets it in the back end. Arbor stays at the service line. Here troubles on the receive. Across Arbor, the scramble. Beneteau scrambles into the stands as well. We're able to free it across. Tight set, right to the blockers. Down it goes. Possible match point. Conco with the swing right into two Saints blockers. And out it goes off Sheridan. St. Clair with a chance to close the match here. Nearly getting the ace. Forced to free it across. Over for the swing. Weissman called out, no touch. So the match continues. Sheridan still trails the set by 12. Still possible match point. Conco. Nearly gets the service error. Instead gets an ace. Still trails the set by 11, however. Flat palm. Bumped over. Beneteau. Scramble by Sheridan. Forced to free it. Over for the set. Weissman called in. St. Clair wins. They break the losing skid. 25-9, 27-25, 25-13. And St. Clair celebrates their sixth win of the season. Don Papa will be standing by right after the short break. Post-game coverage coming up here on We Digital Productions.
Mont's On Time Express has all of your delivery needs covered with a fleet of 50 vehicles, including cargo and sprinter vans, along with 24-foot straight trucks. It doesn't matter if the freight is big or small. Mont's On Time Express can guarantee safe and prompt delivery service throughout Canada and the United States. Licensed to broker freight throughout North America, Mont's On Time Express features same-day delivery service, along with a state-of-the-art dispatching system and live GPS tracking assistance. Mont's is fully insured and Canadian bonded and has certifications with FAST, CTAT, PIP, and SmartWay. Mont's On Time Express is open 24 hours a day, 364 days a year. To get your delivery moving, contact Mont's On Time Express at www.montsontime.ca or call toll-free at 877-250-8282.
The first kiss. She's thinking about a million things, like should I lean in or let him? Do I close my eyes or open them? But for him, he's only thinking about one thing. Did she have peanut butter for lunch?
Welcome back to a very happy St. Clair College Sportsplex, the OCAA Women's Volleyball League in action here tonight. The Saints hosting the Sheridan Bruins, and there you could see 3 straight sets for the Saints tonight, 25-9, 27-25, and 25-13. This young lady right here, Chantal DeVloed, our player of the game, and seemed like everything you touched tonight, Chantal, went your way.
Yeah,
How good did you feel out there?
Felt great out there, yeah, for sure. We just wanted to play clean out there, and Riley was feeding me the ball really well, and yeah, just went our way, which is really nice.
Of course, we're winding down. We're getting close to the break. This squad, we were talking just before getting on air, you haven't had a lot of home games. Nice to get these home games in now before the break. Set yourselves up, and really, you look at the second half of your schedule. A lot of the games are at home. So this, one more game next week. If, can find a way to win that one, you stand 6-2. Pretty good way to go into the break here.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we just want to end off on those last 2 wins. We have Niagara next weekend, and they're a really strong team. So it was nice to get this 3-0 win tonight and get some momentum for next Saturday's game, and then hope to end the semester on a win there for sure.
Where's the team at right now, Chantal, as far as the mind? You look at Sheridan, maybe not one of the upper echelon teams, and I'm sure Coach Jimmy says you take nobody for granted. How do you approach a game like that? How do you be careful not to look beyond them?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously, Sheridan wants to win just as bad as we do, so just stick to our same game plan, watch a little bit of film, and stick to our side of the court and what we've been working on at practice. Each day we come in and try to just get a little bit better. So I think for sure we've been working on that at practice, and it came out well tonight, for sure.
I want to mention yourself and the big girl Huseman.
Yeah.
My God, I mean, I've been covering the team for a while now, and to see you two up front like that's got to be, make you feel pretty good to have that partner, that teammate next to you, but also intimidating to other squads.
Oh yeah, we're not used to having a tall girl like G. I think she's 6'3", so having me and her in the front row definitely has to be intimidating for other teams, but it's nice to have somebody as tall as her and as strong as her, and she's done well, like coming in her rookie season, playing really well, so it's definitely helped our team a lot in the middle. Yeah,
hard to believe she's a rookie, actually. She's fit in very nicely. You alluded to it, Chantal, and I appreciate you bringing it up. Next week, Niagara's in. I want to talk a little bit about that, and you have the week off practice, maybe heal up some bumps and bruises and things like that, but the expectations with Niagara, as you mentioned, they're a very good squad.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we played them in the quarterfinals, I think, last year at home, and it didn't go our way. So it's going to be it's going to be a revenge match for sure, being here at the Plex again. But they're a really strong squad, and they're going to come for a win. So we just got to play our game and get a bit better this week for sure, and then.
I didn't want to bring that up, Chantal.
Yeah, I know.
It was painful.
I've blocked it out of my memory, but
it's a good way, good motivational too. That's for sure. So
for sure.
All right, we'll go enjoy this one.
Awesome.
I know we'll talk again. I promise you we'll talk again.
But
congrats on everything tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Chantal DeVloed, outstanding again tonight. You can go ahead, Chantal.
Right.
I know the girls are waiting for you over there. She was outstanding. She's our player of the game. Just total domination by Chantal tonight, and she's one of the great leaders for sure for this Saints women's volleyball team. Speaking of volleyball, you just heard Chantal talk about it. We're going to be back here a week from tonight. That's it right there. The men and women will both be in action against the Niagara Knights. And hard to believe, folks. Note the times at 2 o'clock for the women, 4 o'clock for the men. And this will be our last broadcast before the break. Then we don't come back until January in the new year. So I always complain about the OCAA schedules, but I guess they do it for a reason. But we'll be excited to be here next week. And, yeah, as Chantal said, the women's game will be an outstanding match, no doubt about it. And great to see the men really tough one out tonight as well. So they seem to have some things going in a pretty good direction there under Coach Riem. So hopefully all of that continues next week when we're back here at the Sportsplex. So that's the story here tonight. The Saints women sweep the game here, the match here, I should say, against the Sheridan Bruins, 3 straight sets to none. On behalf of everybody here at We Digital Productions, this is Dominic Papa wishing you a great night. Thanks for tuning in, everybody.